So dark lipstick is a big trend in fall. The color pairs best with typical fall colors such as navy, deep greens, burgundy, and all that jazz. So here are a couple tips that will help you pull off that fall look. First of all, know what color is going to look best on your skin type. Obviously, you can do whatever you want, and I'm all for that. A good way to start is one of 3 categories. Obviously, everyone is different, so you'll have to play around with the colors a bit, as every skin color has a different undertone. But as a starting point, burgundy colors and deep berries look best on people with darker skin tones, and blue undertones such as deep plums look best on lighter skin tones. And for the olive skin tones, colors with red or orange undertones such as medium berries are supposedly what looks best. The best way to see the lipstick's true color and undertone is to put a little dab on a white tissue. Don't be afraid to wander around your local drugstore or Ulta doing this, because I wandered around the entire store taping it. And so you only look half as crazy as me. But no one will ever look less crazy than this picture right here. So now that you know which color looks best on you, get your hair out of your face. And let's begin priming some stuff. I like to prime my face and my eyebrows. Also, since this entire look is based around our lips, let's exfoliate those. An easy way to do this is to just take your toothbrush and scrub out those smudges. I also use a lipstick primer, which always helps, but if you don't have one of these, chapstick will do just fine. Again, you can do whatever you want with this, but I personally think that a more simple yet defined eye look pairs best with such a dark color. So all I did was take an eyeshadow that's pretty much the same color as my skin, and then define my crease with a slightly darker color. But don't worry, we come back to this eyeball. Now for your face, you're going to want to pretty heavily cover whatever you think is wrong with this. I'm sure your face is beautiful, but if you happen to have some redness or some dark circles, you may want to cover those, simply because the lip color will accentuate any redness in your face. I'm using a powder foundation because while I do want to have full coverage, I don't want to look cakey. I only contoured my cheekbones and lightly on my jaw for that model face. If you want to apply a blush, I would stay away from pink. Now I personally think that a lot of lashes look best with this, because it'll help define your eyes where normally eyeshadow would do such a thing, but it won't be so over the top. Also, this is my first time putting on fake eyelashes, so, I was pretty impressed with myself. For my eyebrows, I use a pencil to create short, tiny lines, like mock hairs. I'll use a spoolie to soften everything. Now that your eyelashes are on, let's apply some eyeliner. I did a very subtle wing and then tight line of the drunk out of my eyes. Then applied some mascara to bind everything together. And bam! Our eyeballs are done! Now on to the most important bit, the lips. I would recommend using a lip brush while applying your lipstick. This will give you more control and a more even color distribution. You could use a lip liner before, but I prefer to use it after, because then you can fill in those weird thin gaps of your natural lip color. To set your lipstick, just take a piece of toilet paper and pull it apart, so you now have a thin, flimsy little piece. Place that on your lips, and then use a powder brush and use a setting powder on top. Now we could be done here, but this lipstick I got was kind of cheap and not that great, so I went ahead and applied a lip gloss, just for some extra Then I pulled on my nasty hair back, and not even that well, and voila, we have dark lips. I hope these tips help, and your lipstick looks beautiful and gets you all the boys and girls or whatever you've been to. Thank you for watching.